Mr. Peres, I want to pick on a couple of points that Sharon Stone just mentioned. And one is the last one. But bear with me, okay? Bear with me. There were points in your life in which you did take it personally, right? In which you did take it personally, the fact that it was so tough for you to convince them out there, to take it the way you wanted to convince people that you are the kind of person that can lead this country. Take me to a moment, and I've been with you 20 and 25 years ago as a young political reporter. I have seen you. Take me to a moment in which you did take it personally.
I think one moment is too little. There were many moments, but look, what I learned in my life is you have to be blind, you shouldn't be blind, not only vis-à-vis difficulties, but never be blind vis-à-vis hope and great things. I'm afraid people are so stingy, they prefer the difficulties upon the great moments. And I thought this is a sort of blindness. If I can avoid it, I shall try to do it.
And now I'll give you the opportunity, if you want, to comment on voices which were heard in this country for the last 2 days. You know that Israelis are so happy with you, celebrating your 90th birthday. They love you, they wish you all the best, but there were some critical voices heard. If you want to comment on that, Mr. President, you're more than welcome.
Ilana, in which country are you living? Israel is a democratic country. I would be disappointed. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what the real question in my mind is. It's not that kind of criticism, but it is the question of policy and the place in which you stand. And I'm asking you a question now which goes to the essence of your conviction and your beliefs. Because we've seen you the day before yesterday exchanging compliments and hugs with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Does it mean that you sign on his policies?
No, I'm signing on the fact that, first of all, I'm signing of the policy that he declared.
Declared?
That's what the Prime Minister should do. He has to declare his policy.
And that's all?
Look, you want a sensation?
Yes.
Okay, look for somebody else. What the Prime Minister of Israel said that he is for two-state solution. And that is, for the first time, that right and left, not all of them, but both sides, agreed that this is the right and only solution. This is the most meaningful thing for me.
I'm sure you've heard President Peres at the beginning of this week, a very senior minister in the cabinet, Minister Bennett, saying that the two-peace solution is dead. The two-state solution.
Maybe he's a senior minister, it's not a senior statesman.
Did you talk lately with Prime Minister Netanyahu about the need to get back to the negotiating table?
Yes, I talked, and I talked also with the president of the Palestinians, Abu Mazen. I'm talking with both of them openly, full-heartedly, and if I have a proposal, I don't hesitate to offer. If I have a suggestion, I'm not late to suggest it, and I think that's the way. It's a dialogue.
So,
yes.
So what do you think is stopping them by now?
I'll tell you, I think what's stopping them is a great deal of skepticism.
On both sides?
On both sides. I think the problem today is rather psychological than political. And you know, when you have to make peace, it's very difficult because your own people are telling you, yes, we are for peace. Yes, we're ready to pay the price. But why are you paying so much? Why you do trust them so much? You don't know how to negotiate. Now how can I convince them that I'm a great negotiator? The only thing that I can say with a smile, permit me, there are two things in life that you cannot achieve unless you close a little bit your eyes, and that is love and peace. You must understand that neither of them is perfect, but both of them are great.
And do you still believe, Mr. Peres, that you will live to see the day?
That's my plan, yes.
What if, Mr. Peres, what if skepticism and pessimism and the lack of trust win over? What if nothing happens in the foreseeable future?
I heard many more difficult questions. What, for example, if the world will be destroyed? It didn't. I don't believe that this may happen.
No, you know that it may happen, Mr. Peres. Excuse me for disagreeing, but you know that so many Israelis don't trust Palestinians. So many Israelis don't see any chance for peace in the foreseeable future. So many Israelis were disappointed after Oslo, after Camp David. So many Israelis, and the Prime Minister is one of them.
Look, in spite of what they are saying, I remember when people said we shall never make peace with Egypt. We did. I remember people say we shall never have peace with Jordan. We have. People say we shall never start with the Palestinians. You know, I admire public polls, but it's a little bit like perfume. Nice to smell, dangerous to swallow. And I'm not part of a public opinion poll. I'm a citizen. I have the right of my own conviction. I have the obligation to be true to what I believe in. I don't think people should be opportunistic or expedient. And finally, what I saw in my life was a justification for optimism, not for pessimism. And my great mentor, David Ben-Gurion, told me, he says, you know what is the highest level of wisdom? He says, the moral call.
Pardon?
The moral call. Never compromise on your moral call.